Guys, it seems like it's been an eon since the stock markets have opened. 3 days in the US. But of course, we're back. We were here yesterday. We were sad. We were looking at futures markets. Fake news futures markets. Guess what? They went red. Now they're big and green. See you soon, apes, community, AMC, crazy people. We'll see you very soon. Crypto, guys, we're all coming in. Get hyped for Tuesday market open. 30 seconds to go. Turn the intro. New intro coming tomorrow, by the way. It's quiet. As Q says, hit the like, people. Hit it. Please. Three, two, one. Ignition successful. Let's do it, guys. Woo! Hello there. What's going on, everybody? Hello, community. Are you ready for Tuesday? I've got to say, I love the community's memes. This one takes the cake. I shared it today on the FX Evolution Twitter. It comes from... Actually, who did it come from? Let me give them a shout out. We'll bring on the Discord here. We'll go over to memes. Scroll up here a little bit. There's some great memes for tomorrow's video intro. Don't worry about that. Rocktopus306. Thank you very much. What a great meme, guys. I can just imagine a few people have actually changed their password and now it's just like ape, maybe like exclamation mark or something. I'm not sure if that's secure, guys, but it seems good to me. How's everyone going this Tuesday? I hope you're all going well. Have you guys seen the market? I took a little bit of a sneak peek. Let's take a sneak peek together right now. Let me just bring on this market. Whoa, 42.28, 0.82% up, 0.5% up on the Nasdaq, and 0.97% up on the Boomer Index, US 30. My God, the Boomer Index is kicking our asses today, guys. We might actually finally have to look at the Dow. 0.97. 0.96, that's too much for the Boomer Index. That's, by the way, the new name for this one. We're going to call it the Boomer Index from now. You know what's weird about today? You know what's happening? US 10-year Treasury is up as well at the resistance level we've been talking about. That's really weird. Either I'm seeing things or there's some weird stuff going on in the market. Now, I haven't even taken a look at AMC in the pre-market. Let's have a look here. Yesterday, we saw it was up 12% in Germany or something. Let's have a look. 15.31% back over 30. So the apes have been hard at work on the weekends, working at McDonald's, KFC, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, collecting the coins to make a better life for themselves. And they've certainly begun through the future session here. They've collected the paychecks. They've bought them into their bank accounts, use Square. And then they have, of course, invested that stuff into some hardcore options for the week ahead. Look at oil. Oh, I know where oil is, baby. Look at this. 68.40. Woo! Yes. Those nasty news articles couldn't keep us down, guys. They could not keep us down. Nasty news articles talking about how everything's all over. We'll say when it's all over, not the nasty news articles. And right now, we are green. XOM most likely goes up. Oil going to the 75. When? Don't know. How long will it take? Don't know. Did that break matter? Yes. Did we talk about it? Yes. Things are going good. Guys, I'm very, very keen. 521 viewers right now coming in for the market. 10-year to the moon, says Mountain Fortress. Nah, not to the... Get that 10-year down, Mountain Fortress. No moon. No moon, 10-year. We just want the 10-year to just hover, just sit, just chill. It can go to 1.95 in the future when we want to pull back. Right now, we don't... Well, I don't know. I don't want to pull back just yet. Bring me the pullback later on this year. We've already debunked one of our theories. Remember our theory over here? We were so happy. We got it right. But it wasn't sideways for long enough. And because the market is hyperactive, it had to go earlier. So what now happens? We create the new market. This, and then on. That's what we're thinking. We've drawn it already. Look at that. Is that correct? That's to scale. Pretty close to scale. Anyway, community, let's get into it. We're doing a little bit of the trolls this morning. But in all seriousness, it's a great morning to be alive. Obviously, if you're long, if you're short, in the crypto world, you're feeling good. But overall, probably a little bit sad. Easy on the all caps. It's all right. Maybe we'll let them be free today, guys. To the blood moon we are, says D. James. Let's have a quick look through the community messages here. Kevin N says, lol, I changed all my passwords to that one. Kevin, what's your email address? Or more importantly, what is your bank account number, Kevin? We are ready to buy McDonald's cheeseburgers on that. We need to support things. Airbnb warming up. Trition, we saw it happen last week. We saw it break through. We've got a lot to cover here. Seems like oil versus renewables. Tom, you're excited today? Guys, we were 3 days off the market. I've been doing this 10 years. If you're still excited, you know you've got problems. Or you really love the market. Either or. It's all about passion, guys. Otherwise, you'll burn out. I guarantee 20% of the people in the chat right now will not be looking at the stock market in 6 months' time. Guaranteed. Don't know which one of you isn't coming, but someone isn't. All right, let's have a look around the markets. Let's get all serious. Let's get down to this US 100. Firstly, 13,750. We're going to be at the resistance early on here. So we've got the support, we've got the resistance. We know we're in the pinnacle area. We also know the SP 500 is leading the way here. Could we have an explosive blast today? Could we have a day trade as well? Bit of a movement up, 13.8. Resistance found, comes back down. Tests previous resistance, becomes support. 15-minute or 5-minute little lightning bolt up. This is a hypothetical scenario, but that's what we're talking about. Does that kind of thing occur? A compelling argument towards the bull side. 4-hour 20 as well. 2 bounces now. We've got the range, so we can take that range out. We already know that's the range. If it does break, we end up getting that much points, and that brings us to 13,867. I don't think that's an important level. So really, it's going to be more around the old 14,000 zone. 14,000 is our eventual goal here for the NAS. Now, as we all know, the problem with Tuesday this week is that it's basically a Monday, and therefore fake market futures often fail us. So they often come in green, all of the retail crowd's excited, we're all excited, and then all of a sudden it goes red. So we need to wait for close confirmations. Now, if you're already in, glorious. If you're not already in, that's why I've drawn that scenario, because this is a very real scenario that could happen. It could break through 13.8, come back down. Yes, we have a huge level here, and then you see that follow on through. There's been better trades in better areas than this one, but that's certainly something we're looking at. Let's go over the US 500. New high being formed here on the US 500 futures. S&P, resistance, 4220, boom. Now we're moving up, all-time highs. Get the daily out, guys. Don't even use the fake market. We got to get real market action. SPX is the code we use here. Yes, you can use SPY, use whatever the real market is. Get the real volume, and check this out. Look at that trend line. Oh, yeah. The community trend line, guys. We've got it. We're setting it back up because we're ready for the community trend line to come on in. Now, if it does, where does it hit it? I don't know. Was it going to be 43.30? Possibly. Is it going to be the distance of this little double bottom rejection moving through? Maybe. Something like this. 43.40 kind of area. It seems quite possible that this is what we're looking at. Today's close will probably give us this direction, give us a bit of longevity for this week. Last week was like this. So, yeah, there's a lot at stake today. Do you guys think it's going to be green or red by the end of the day? Let me know right now in the chat. I would love to know. Need to hit 500 likes to get the hype again ASAP, says Chronically Sam. Thank you, Sam, as always, for the support. Melt up phase, Dow 36K, then 40K. Well, the Boomer Index is sitting around 34,800-ish. So you're talking about 36K? Yeah, 36K is quite possible. quite possible. This shouldn't be, well, it's not trend lining the same way the S&P is because of the tech stuff. But yeah, you can't really trend line it out here. Similar break because of similar bottoming effect. Let's have a look where the bottoming effect goes to. All right, let's take that out. Maybe, yeah, it makes sense going for 36. 35 is unlikely to stop it if this holds up. So I think 36K is correct. We may see some resistance dip selling, though, along the way. So I think we've got to be very well aware of where the Dow's moving averages are, where the S&P's 500's general little miniature pullbacks are. And usually every time, see this, every time that we've had 50 pullbacks, we often get little pullbacks into the 20. So if we start to move up and then we start to sell off and you think, oh, the crash is coming, here we go, the correction, guys, it may just hit the 20 and bounce off again. so we'll have to keep watching it. We'll obviously cover it here together on the channel. Let's see what everybody says. Sarah Jane says it's going to be orange. What's that? Conscious. Green until Wednesday/Thursday. Yeah, Thursday's been an evil day, hasn't it? Savage Crypto says blood. Do you mean because it's going to be crypto red, or what are you, are you talking about the red crypto one? J-Rock says red. Browsy says red. Red. Oh my goodness. Look how many of you guys are going red. Feels like a bull trap. That means it's going long, guys. Everybody feels it's a bull trap. Yeah, look, they are obviously futures, and it's really interesting. I'm going to take a poll. You know what? We're going to start this now. This is based on you, chat. Okay, every day we're going to now have a straw poll, and every day this poll, I'm going to make one right now, and we're going to figure out whether the chat is smarter than me. Let's see if the chat is smarter than me. Maybe not like that, but we'll certainly do what the chat sentiment is for day. I'm looking forward to this one. So let's have a look at what everybody thinks. In fact, here we go. Will today be red or green? And we're gonna start tracking this one. So red day, red or green. And we're not going to give any other options. I only want to see red or green. Okay, will today be red or green? We're going to create it right now. We're going to follow this. We're going to share this one. Let's do it with the community right now. Here we go. Bring it up on the screen quickly, and we'll come back to this. The Boomer technology. I can't use it. There we go. We've got a lot of things open. New community member, Greg Hartman. Welcome to the Diamond Hands. Thank you so much, Greg. Appreciate your support of the channel. Here we go. There's no purple, guys. I'm going to vote. But I'm not going to vote on the screen, all right? We're going to vote off the screen. There we go. I've voted. All right, let's see what people are doing. We'll get more spam in the chat for this one. 1 second, I'll bring this back in. More spam. There we go. I think I'm allowed to spam my own channel. Mods, don't ban me, please. I've also got a massive donation coming in here from Mitchell Miller. $10. Good evening. I sit and wait for your videos like a jealous ex-boyfriend waiting for a phone call. That's true. There are people that do that. I hope you realize the value of what you're doing, and thank you. Oh, no worries. Thank you very much, Mitchell. Appreciate the $10. And that's a great comment, man. That's awesome. I love it a lot. Jealous ex-boyfriend. Greg Hartman, again, also welcome to the Diamond Hands. It's awesome to have you here. So I'm glad you guys find it so beneficial coming through. I really enjoy making these live streams. I've always had a bit of a passion for live streaming. I actually did it back in 2011, and it was too hard. I did it for gaming. And I tell you what, stuff that. I'm not ever doing that again. That was way too many hours. Those gamers are hardcore. So it looks like green is smashing everybody today. 77% versus 23. But we're gonna keep this in a notepad file because we're old school. We're gonna use the notepads, and we're gonna see day 1, day 2, and what it ended up being. I'll probably use Excel. But anyway, we'll cover it together. Let's get into the market. Let's go around the broad area here. Chronically Sam says, mods ban him. No way, dude. We're not getting him banned. No. Clear your throat, Jesus. Okay, I will. It's all right, dopamine. Soda stream. There we go. Buy Pepsi. It is just water, so carbonated. All right, let's have a look around the market. We'll go to the crypto market. You guys are feeling the pain. Crypto market continues to be absolutely nasty. I think there was one trade yesterday we spotted on Ethereum. I think we got that correct. So we'll go to Ethereum first. So Ethereum broke through. This was the closure we looked at yesterday. We talked about this level here, the resistance, the support. How much is the percentage is that? Closure to up here, so about 6%. It went a bit higher, went 10, but 6% to the, wait, what's this? About 7 actually, right into the zone. 2.6, I think we said 2.7. So where's 2.7? 2.7, about there. So about 8.63%. So the problem with the crypto market right now, and what we saw yesterday was good. We had a trough, we had a peak, we had a higher trough, and then we had the higher peak. That is a good zone for us to be looking at as a trade. To invest here, okay, I see it. I totally see why you're looking at it for the longer term as well. However, this is not a technical market. This is a fearful, FUD-driven, nasty market filled with all sorts of mixed messages, and you can really see it in the charts. In fact, I don't really believe there is cleanness in this market right now. I expect you to be moving 10% up, 10% back, 15% up, 20% back. That's the type of thing that we may see here for at least another 1 to 2 weeks as we try to clear what exactly happened only a couple of weeks ago when we saw that massive sell-off. Now, could this just be the distribution and accumulation moving forward? At this stage, it looks 100% like this. We saw the sell-off. Obviously, that guy was talking about, I don't know what his name is. Fair enough. It's not a new strategy or anything like that, though. And we've kind of seen what I guess you would say is phase B. We've seen phase B on Ethereum. We saw it come down. We saw it then move up. And then we've seen it come back down. And it's had kind of like a resurgence recently. So we here in phase B. I mean, if you actually overlaid the charts of Ethereum, it's almost identical to this point. Maybe I'll do that for you tomorrow if we continue. So will we get a new low such as this one here, where we get another test low, takes out the stops one last time, and then finally moves to build it back up? I think that this is a very real scenario based on what I'm seeing, based on the money that's still flowing into these markets and everything else. So I think we've got to pay close attention to that in Ethereum. Ethereum support for today, somewhere around this 2.5 zone. Next support, 2200 has been incredibly strong buying as well. You can see it across the board. 2200 was identified over here and it became incredibly strong buying. So I still think 2200 strong buying here on Ethereum, and for BTC, strong buying is through that kind of 34,000. It's not rocket science to know that this level is very strong. Now, if you're prepared to hold it down into the 30s and possibly have those dips, that's good, but it's very, very good here. And we'll have to wait for more. At this stage, BTC is right on support, so it needs to hold this zone through the rest of the session. And if it does break down, let's say, we don't need to be on a minute chart. Let's get out here, go to a 1 hour chart. If it does break down through this level, then like a new low here, I think we're going to 34. So I actually think because of where this is coming off, support, resistance, we're going to have this close in 40 minutes. In fact, we'll come back to it, team. We'll come back to it, community. 40 minutes, we'll see how this, if this closes bearish, I could really see this moving back down to the 34, at least 35 area. So we'll come back and check it out. We'll come back and check it out. Good morning and evening, Tom and everyone, Mike says. Great to have you here. D__G. Good morning. Good morning, D__G. Lots of people coming in here. People are excited about the market, and rightfully so. You're seeing a 3068 print here on AMC. Let's actually have a quick broad look around the market. I haven't done it yet. Let's do it together. We'll bring on, firstly, the speculation. So we'll go watch list, speculation. I'll open this tomorrow as well. So people get into the Discord community, click the link, !Discord, or click the link up the top. Join the public Discord community, and I will let you decide what we're going to have on the speculation list. I'll make a community speculation list, and we'll watch all of those ones. Sundial really smashing it. So we kind of talked about this weed concept, or this marijuana concept coming through on Friday. It was obviously Weed Friday. big 14.79% here early morning. Is that right? Is it bigger? That was on the close, sorry. That on the close? Yeah, it was on the close. So now we've got that was the percentage close there. So you can see the pre-market another 10% on top. So big movements coming through on the weed stocks. This is the same thing we saw happen with the GME AMC situation last time. The markets kind of started rolling through to the weed. It's clearly the same people orchestrating it, and it's finally happening. So could Sundial go back to $4? Maybe not. Could it go to $2? Yeah, possibly. Is it a gamble? Absolutely. And you've got to be willing to lose on that gamble, of course. So we've got AMC up top, 16.62%. Then we've got Sundial, 10.31%. We'll have a look at both those charts soon. GameStop, 4.59. Tilray, 2.88. Bit weaker on the squeezing there, if that's what they're trying to do. And then the rest. Let's make a U-turn to the bigger cap companies. Click it. Alibaba. So it looks like Chinese stocks going well. Baidu, 2.62%. Alibaba, 4.51. That's a great movement there from that. Are they coming back? I wonder if JD.com as well is coming through. SE, up 2.11%. Spotify, another one of popular people here. And Toyota, up 3.51. Now, does it have earnings? I don't think so. Maybe it does. CrowdStrike, another great company. So there's plenty of good stuff here. And on the negative side, really, it's just a company that went really well last week. So nothing bad there to see. Nothing bad. Smash the like, guys. Thank you so much. Let's go back over here. So we're going to finish the poll up here. It looks like 127 votes came in for the green, and the red was 38. So for today, guys, you have voted green by the end of the day. Three-child law. Really? Three-child law makes it that good? They buy it because of that? I guess because they're going to sell more crap online? Wow. I don't really think about that. Yeah, I guess that makes some sense. If you have more babies, then you buy more stuff online, which directly correlates to online shopping like Alibaba. Hey, JD up 3. Cool. So AMC, where do you guys need to be watching for today? Well, actually, you've already pre-market broken a key point, but I don't expect it to hold straight away. I mean, maybe it goes in hard, comes through strong. What could happen? Let's think about some theoretical scenarios here. I'll just go through it really quickly. So we've got 27, 28-ish dollars. We know that this was resistance. So let's say we open at 30.47. So we open up this high. Could we come back and hit like a 28 and then find buy pressure again? So if we see early morning sell-off, hits 28, will there be buyers right here, right now? Now, we know that there's a lot of open interest. I know a lot of you guys got into me about this. There wasn't really any closures. It was mostly euphoric FOMO from the retail crowd. So 28 could be a load zone if you don't want to buy it up here, and I totally understand why. Just please remember that this is going to be incredibly volatile, incredibly quick, and if you're trading it, be prepared to lose a large portion, potentially, of what you're in, okay? You need to be prepared at all points. So I'm thinking 28 as a possible area where you've got resistance coming across the board and you've got a level where you could see the market really come down and find buying pressure. Should be interesting to see how that plays out. Let's now go to JD just for a second. I want to check out JD.com. Up 3.21. Let's have a look at the daily here. Been watching this on the channel for some time, and it's because of this zone that I'm excited about it. So we hit that 66.62 low. If you put this into perspective, JD.com, very large company, it fell off so considerably that it's almost investable. If you think about it, you've got a 38.2 fib, and you're right in that zone that I like. The 38.2 fib pullback from bottom to top. Remember, this is 18 lows, not 20 lows, 18 lows. You've got very, very good support here. It was support. It broke under, found the next level, and then it's moving on up. So do we have a turnaround story here? Let's go to the daily. I think once we get a new high here, around 75, which it's happening right now, we may have a turnaround story in the Chinese stocks. Now, why, again, is this going to be so big? It's because And I said we'd come back to it because we're breaking through the trend line through the session. We actually did it, and today is further breaking. I think money could be coming back into these stocks. Is there risks in these stocks? Always is. But it's a super interesting stock at a fairly depressed price that has decent earnings results. Mockaroon says AMC is going to $12. Mike D says I loaded JD last week. Fair enough, man. Tom has lockdown hair. I got sad, droopy hair, man. I haven't gone to the shops. Look, it's dead. It's going grey. It's going grey. Pin Duo back as well. That's good. I'm glad. Fubo. Yeah, Fubo was a good one. How's Fubo going in the pre-market? So Fubo, we still have big plans for in terms of the way that we saw it last week. We had that big closure out. We've got that inverse head and shoulders concept. We're back through the resistance. We've pulled back. And we're still thinking that it should be able to move up. Every one of these stocks, Plug as well, they're all at critical points. And we have very clear information about where we're looking at as well. Because notice, if we go to Plug, what happened on the Friday session? A big short after it went long. What happens if we get a closure above a shooting star, or as many people know it, a pin bar candle? It shows momentum in the right direction. Buyers are back in control. They're taking out the stop losses effectively. The short sellers are getting stuffed over, and we're starting to move on and up. That was just a false breakdown to scare those final retail traders into taking it out. Remember, a shooting star candle is no good unless it has follow through. It's actually a kind of crap candle. It's not a great percentage style there. It's just not. Now, let's move over to TDOC. TDOC, look at this. Another huge rejection. Big move up, right off the support. Huge rejection. Pre-market, pretty nasty. A lot of the hyper stocks were doing this. So a lot of hyper stocks were fully reversing everything they did through the last session. So at this stage, it looks like the markets are going long. It looks like these hyper stocks are probably where some of the big percentages are, and we are seeing a rebuild accumulation phase in both volume and in price action itself. Check out TSM. Dude, 1.5 billion people being allowed to have a third kid is a huge deal. It's a huge deal, but I'd like to see, I actually haven't looked at this. What's the uptake of the second child? What's the uptake of the second child? It's clearly concerning to them. So what they're seeing is they've got a big issue. I mean, a lot of people don't know how bad the women to men ratio is in certain age brackets over in China. It's very bad, like very bad. So because it's so bad and you've got such a little amount, you won't be able to support the older people getting. Well, we all understand this system, yeah? People retire, you need young people to pay for that kind of social ecosystem. They're not going to have it, blah, 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 blah. 3 people is a big deal, but again, it depends on the uptick. So that news is all about how many people did the 2 and whether people can afford to or want to have a third child. Another big thing. Some people got used to only having 1. I have many friends that are only going to have 1 child. It's just the reality. So we'll see what happens there. TSM, another one. Semiconductors here broke out through the previous session. So you'll see the trend line that we've got drawn through this area. And this was leading some of the markets as well. TSM is a semiconductor company. Big, strong daily close here. A little bit weak this morning, but overall well down on where it has been. And this has generally been a big leader of the tech sector as well. If we've seen semiconductors across the board recover, then it's been very, very strong for the rest of the tech sector as well. So we'll continue to watch that story as it plays out. Birth rates are falling even with second child policy, says Glenn. Yeah. Couples don't want babies because it impacts lifestyle, says Tony Hall. Yeah, look, I mean, we're not here to discuss it too much, I guess, but you are correct. It's not as peachy a story as people think, but I do think you are correct. It will impact positively on online shopping experiences. So yes, it is a few percentage points on the stock. Mike, super chat at $5. Bought a used Model 3 to go with my 10 Tesla shares. What levels should I load up more and invest long term? Well, Mike, thank you very much for the $5 donation there. All right, so you bought a Model 3. Well, congratulations on your new car. I hope you enjoy it. Used, new, whatever it is. They didn't ruin your battery, did they? By driving it too much and destroying your battery. I hope they did not. 628.90. Look, if you're looking at Tesla and you're investing, it's probably not the worst price ever in terms of where Tesla shares have been. It depends on what your sentiment is. I mean, for me, based on any pure fundamental that you look at, it's very tough. You have to really forward project, but the stock has always been about that. It's always been about forward projecting. From a TA perspective, the best price was probably seen around $600. And it wasn't down here like everyone thinks. It was more here because we saw that rebuild in the stock. And the rebuild is super important. Basically, when you get that rebuild and you see it close above here, it comes back down, it starts moving. That's a strong indication that the stock wants to move to the next level. Now, we've talked about the next level before. We've got the devil number, 6666. Many sixes. This zone is where we're currently looking for Tesla to go to. Do I know on a weekly that this thing looks like it's fully recovering? Absolutely not. This looks still very sick and it needs to do a lot of work. It really won't look super bullish until it goes really bullish back above the 780, because then it's fully putting in a massive double bottom, a massive consolidation with its move possibly then up to the 1,000. But the signs are good. I mean, you've got a very nice rejection here. You've got gapping above, you've got gapping below. And if this was a bigger candle, in fact, if last week was really strong, you would have a very good go signal. At this point, we're just kind of looking for it to trade up to the 666. And I think you're going to have to kind of like trade the levels. If you want to invest though, is this the worst point? No. Where's the possible scenarios? I mean, you still got 450 on the cards, especially if we make a new low. Some people do dollar cost averaging. So you've got to really think. I can't answer the question because it's education stream. But I would say that when you're talking about most things, usually investment levels have got to do with fibs. So fib pullbacks are a big one, 38, 2, and 50 fibs, very common investment concept. And then you've also got key supports behind. So if you're willing to wear it down to there, you've got average down concepts and those types of things, then is this that bad? Probably not. I'm sure many people disagree with me. Mitchell Miller, Super Chat $20. Assuming paper hands this AM, when and at what price should we load up on AMC? Oh, well, I had a look at it. Thank you very much for $20 as well. We've got to get some claps out here for Mitchell Miller. My goodness. Big Super Chats, man. Appreciate it. The only level that we can see in the market, because we have very little information, we know that this 25-ish zone, which was hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, is clearly a level of very key support for AMC from the limited information we have. We also probably know there's going to be some paper hands this morning based on the fear that came out of the market on Friday. Though I guess we could have expected most people wouldn't want to hold over the weekend. They'd be freaking out. They'd be reading every single... I'm sure anyone that held AMC on the weekend was probably like reading... Actually, you guys can tell me. If you're holding AMC right now, did you read more about AMC on the weekend than ever before because you were freaking out about the price? Yes or no? Tell me right now. I want to know. I would love to know that. So yeah, 28-ish zone would be where I expect it to, if it does pull back, find some buyers. But we have very limited information. Underneath 25.32, I think that actually exposes $20 again. So we've got two important zones, 25.32, who knows why. And then underneath that would be 20. And from the top down, around that 27.80, 28 zone. They're the levels I'm looking at today, Mitchell. It's very gamblery, so you've got to be prepared that there are severe risks here when you go into it. I just want to warn you of that. But I wish you all the best, and thank you for your very generous donation. We've got Amar Muhammad coming in with a $5 donation. Hey, man, love your show. Thank you very much. Very much, Omar. Appreciate that. Any take on love? LOV. Spark Networks. Whoa. Damn, why is that so weird trade? It's an OTC or something. Spark Networks, $151 million company. So quite small, $151 million. What's it in? Consumer services. I don't know why it says that. Ooh, all around and up and down. Hey, hopefully you've bottomed at 475. Let's go to the 4 hour. Jeez, that's some ugly chart. So I assume this... Oh, is that right? Is it Spark Networks that you're talking about? Furman says, I love that stock. Yep. Yeah. It's tough because we don't have very good TA here. Very low volume trades, it looks like, and very erratic when you're getting in and out of it. What is the volume per day? Yeah, not many shares. Oh, there's still 142K is not too bad. Okay, I think it's probably at resistance at this stage. I would like, based on what I'm seeing here, maybe for it to do a lightning bolt at least, give us a little bit of a pullback, create a bit of a swing that we can then take advantage of on its way up to 750. But you've got very clear base at $5. You know it's been powerful there, and you know that it's going towards the 750. So hopefully that's what you get. Maybe the 758. And then if it gets past 8, that's serious business. So my take is here, watch it. Looks good. Looks good for the 8 based on what we've seen so far, the big movements up, the current bullish action that's coming through. I'd love to see a lightning bolt, and from that point and get to the $8. And then if you break through there, then good times are coming. Good luck, sir. Also, take a look at whatever this is actually in. Take a look at the indices for it, and then see whether the indice is breaking out. A lot of people don't do that. So when they're trading like energy stocks, they won't look at the other energy stock peer, like the actual the sector. So you can use FinViz to do this. I did a bit of a hangout yesterday, and we talked about the renewables, we talked about agriculture, we talked about semiconductors. You know, watch the sector, because when you see the sector and you go through a 5-year, what you'll notice is, well, firstly, this sector's crazy, but you'll also notice that when it bottoms and your stock is bottoming at the same time, there's further support behind it. So really important to do so. Let's see if anyone freaked out about AMC. Temple says, yes, I freaked out. Good. It's Tom says, Upper Deck's good. I got in at 12, Terry, so Terry wasn't freaking out. Tuan Fung says, I got in at $12. All good. No holding into the moon, says Gavin. Diamond hands don't care, says Dimitri Jackson. I wonder whether, like, I'm not sure how much you guys have on average in this. Nope, everyone felt good. Man, you guys got real diamond hands compared to me. I wonder if it's a money thing, though. If you had, like, let's say, maybe you do. Maybe you have, like, 100% of your net wealth in it. I'm not sure. But the more you have in something, often it can get, or the more real it is, often it can get harder to hold. Eka Aurora super chatted Singapore $2. TA on CWH, mate. We'll do that in a second. So let's continue our look around the markets. We've currently got good green in the pre-market. We've covered that. We've covered our 10-year thoughts. Let's have a look at the dollar index. So let's check out the 8-hour on the dollar index. We drew our trend line last week. We found that it didn't quite close above. So see here, we had that full rejection. That full rejection is then, we spoke about it yesterday, has made a new low. So for now, it looks like the dollar index could continue its weakness and actually continue moving down. It's starting to get a little bit noisy around our trend line. But at this stage, I'm thinking dollar index is right at resistance, and hopefully it gets sold off here and continues to help our market with the risk on sentiment. Remember, US dollar index down usually means risk on. It's also positive for gold and silver. Speaking of gold and silver, let's have a look at the gold trade. Little bit of dollar index bullishness there is knocking it around. It was looking really great with that new closure high before, so the 1915. Our aim's still 1930 here. It's come back down. It's found some support so far. We'll use a different gold index. I've got to change this. See how it looks different? That other one's terrible. So this looks fairly okay. Let's have a look at the 4 hour. Okay, 2 hour as well. Looks all right. I would have preferred it didn't have that giant red candle, but whatever. It's back at, it should have found more buying pressure around 1910. That would have been ideal from a technical standpoint. And yeah, we're moving towards the 1930 zone. Why did we get 1930? When you scroll out and through, you'll notice you've got 2 key zones. 1930, resistance, probably will act as resistance again. And then 1960, key resistance twice. When we have a look at silver, even better on silver, squeeze really coming through here on this one. This is, of course, the preferred squeeze play. Higher volatility, higher percentage chances, etc., etc., etc. And we are seeing that follow through right now. So silver 28.39, big bullish hammer, followed by some really strong movement through the 28. And I guess now we've got continuation on here. Hopefully we close a daily like this, maybe 28.40 or something, and we can continue on. It would be awesome. Trend line still in play on that smaller one that we drew up yesterday. So this here, you can follow your trend line on the way up as well. You've also got a top trend line that you can follow for TPs. So you can put that through all these highs. Yeah, silver's looking great, guys. Oil's looking great. Still looking very strong here towards the 75 eventually. Again, how do we derive that? It's kind of like how we derived the top of AMC on the Friday session, because it was hitting the all-time highs. Now, this isn't all-time highs for oil, but it's certainly multi-year highs. Is it going to find resistance here? Hell yeah, it will. Hell yeah, it will. Very key zone. All right, let's go back over to these donations. So we've got Eka Aurora wants CWH. Camping World Holdings. My uncle works in caravans. I'm not sure if that's what this is in. He's making good money. I can tell you that. Damn. He told me he's selling like 3 a day, which is not bad. 3 camper vans a day. I'm sure there's pretty good markup on them. So it's like that golf story, isn't it? The one we talked about, how like my neighbor sells golf clubs, still doing great. Did really, really well coming out of lockdown, especially with the COVID stuff, because they wouldn't let you hire clubs here in Australia. So you had to buy your own secondhand clubs. So the market in secondhand clubs went mental. So we saw that in the Callaway. I don't know what this is. Maybe it's just a shop that sells stuff in the US. Long lead doji here in the monthly. Let's go to the weekly. Okay, weekly coming off some form of support resistance. Trend line. Is there a trend line here, Eka? Yeah, yep. And that never got a close underneath it. So great trend line that you've been buying off. I particularly like this candle. Maybe that's where you entered. It's a solid trade, actually. If you think about this trend line, you've got a rejection candle like this, and then you suddenly get a big bullish candle. The next candles are often going to be quite bullish. So if you got in here, Eka, congratulations, man. I like it a lot. You've been finding some good ones. That's awesome, dude. Gap up the next day. Follow through. Hopefully we get some continuation on. Will you get all-time highs? At this stage, just keep following the trend line. Not much else to say there, dude. Good luck. J Nat Guy 199. Thank you very much for the support. No message there, but thank you. We'll have a quick look here. Suggest to share the chat's vote in the next day video as practice moving forward. Oh, we will, Glenn. We will share the chat's vote every single day now that we're doing that every day. Yep, absolutely. Eric Kempton, super chat at $4.99. Let's have a look at IVR Reit. Has not followed the recovery good accumulation. IVR, Invesco Mortgages. We have looked at this one once before, a long time ago. Yes. It really hasn't followed it. Now, there could be very good reasons for this. And this happened in the GFC, and it happened across all of Europe as well. What's the company I'm thinking of? There's an Australian company. Oh, I used to do study on it. I can't remember what it is now. But basically, this type of stuff happens to REITs. So a lot of people think, oh, well, if I own these real estate investment trusts, they're going to be pretty safe. They often mismanage money, or they get really hurt by having a very bad asset when things go bad, and they just do not come good. There's something very sick about this. You can see the dead cat bounce that happened over here, that very quick rally followed by massive sell-off. Now, you said that there's a lot of volume coming in. So there is this strange day here. That's a strange amount of volume. Little sell-off, big volume. Has that ever led to bullish action? Big volume day here. Oh, I'm not sure if it's worth it, dude. I'm not sure if it's worth it. I would be doing a hardcore study on the fundamental side of what the hell they hold and why it's so beaten down. I would not buy this Reit, even with TA, unless I understood what was underneath it. I really would want to do that. It's just too dangerous. AMP, lol, says Trishan. No, it's not AMP. Did he already do GME? I haven't done GME yet. We'll do that in a second. GME is probably the more interesting squeeze from the perspective of maybe bigger potential. But AMC is certainly where all the interest is. It's kind of like last time round. It was everyone's in GME and AMC was good, but not great. GME was really great. This time round, it seems to be AMC is great and GME certainly isn't as much. Oh, I don't know. I feel like it's at support, but I'm very, very fearful of these types of things because I've seen them just sit there for years. They're terrible. They can just sit there for so long. Alpha T. I wish I could tell you any more, but it is at support. Maybe it breaks through 371, set an alert, come back. You know it's support, resistance. At that point, you're probably also breaking this little downward trend line. So yeah, that's probably what I would do. Set some level, wait for it to actually do something. Alpha T, $2. Capita is the FTSE on the FTSE, please. It has had no recovery, ? Capita. Is it real estate? Commercial services. Oh, wait. FTSE. I assume we're going to be on this one. Commercial services, personnel services. No recovery. Very cool resistance, though. Damn. Look at that. Straight through there. We'll do GME in just a second, guys. Don't worry. Yeah, we've got resistance. Resistance. AMP. Oh, that's bad. That's dirty, guys. Don't talk about AMP. Gold, Tom. Yeah, we did gold just a few minutes ago. We did it very, very recently. So this resistance of 51.50, I would be paying close attention to that. But this is I don't know what exactly this is. It could be just getting hurt due to waging, very little income, some cash flow problem, clearly. Not sure about the business, but I love this resistance. So imagine if it closes that. Finally, you'll be out of the doldrums and you'll start to see heavy participation. It's one of those ones where I would set an alert. I would forget I ever saw this thing. And then if I got randomly one on my phone, I'd be like, oh, what the hell was that? Oh, yeah, it's that random resistance at 51.50. I'd go have a very quick look. I'd do some hard research on it. And then, yeah, it provides opportunities. It's clearly acting technically. You've got great resistance and you've got great support across the big time frame. You're in a downtrend at the moment. You could actually go on a 2 hour and see this nasty downtrend. See how it's nasty downtrend? So if you want a spot where things are going to be turning around, it's going to be when you get a closure above this hideous set of lower highs that effectively step down. Welcome to the 1,500 new viewers here today. Good morning, guys. Good afternoon. Good evening. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Make sure as well, click that like button, guys. It does help the channel out. Or subscribe if you want to. We're at, how many are we at? We're at 449, so about 50 more. You guys can get pretty hyped. Speaking of hype, let's have a look at GME. We don't have to be asked to have a look at GME. We'll do it today for free. Why not? 2:35 in the AM. Is it doing enough? 6.23%. 280 is still remaining an area that I think people will be looking at. Some paper-handed apes will be all over this. They'll only have one ape in their password instead of 7. And yeah, effectively around this 280 zone, we're going to see most likely some selling pressure. Now, could we reach it today? I think it's very possible. You have seen big movements before. 6% is not an insane move in the pre-market. So we're opening up around 235. So that would be another 18% on top. It's not unheard of. But 280 should bring in sellers. Now, because it sold just before on the Friday session, maybe it's not as strong and it could blast through it. Usually when a market stops just before and then it kind of coils, it often goes and breaks it through. So the next level is clearly around that 350, just before 350. Either one of these is going to stop it. I would watch it incredibly closely at this zone. And then obviously this one, I fully expect sell-offs to occur at this point. So 344. Not much price action going on here, guys. You go to a 15-minute time frame. Like, what can you take out of this? It was severely weakening through the Friday session. And then it's being lifted today right around... See here? It's being lifted right around into the previous support buying, which probably going to open somewhere very close to 232. And why? Because you got support, support, support. So somewhere around here it's going to open. If we shoot above this zone and close, let's say a 15-minute chart, then that should equal further buying momentum for GME. But if we fail here and we go, bang, that's bad. I mean, you guys know it could be back down to 200 town or even 180 town. We don't want to be there. So a quick look at SPCE. Is that still going? No. Oh, why do we have this line here? Oh yeah, the second line. I guess I got this one a bit wrong. I would have been scaling out hard at about 25. So this was the zone, and the second zone was 35. So you can really see, though, that it does stop at these areas. So it found something here, and then it obviously found strong resistance through the previous points. And this is what we talked about last week. I haven't looked at it in a few days. So interesting, it did hit that on the Friday session. Good. It's good to see. I mean, if it acts the way technically the basic human ape emotions out there, then we know how to trade the beast from a psychological standpoint. Some people don't care. They just want to squeeze and keep it going. Well, you don't need to worry about the price action. Why do you care? All you care about is it's up. You look at the percentage. You might not even look at the percentage. You just refresh your account and you're like, oh, I'm up more money, but I don't care because I'm going to keep holding it through. All right, guys, look at what time it is. We are 10:53 p.m. my time. We're about 40... a little bit less than 40 minutes away from market open here for Tuesday market open. AMC squeezing, or at least moving up in euphoria. We've got GME moving strong. Quick pre-market check on all of the companies. What is strongest today? Alibaba, 3-child policy seems to be really driving that one. We've got Baidu. We've got JD.com. We've got SE also doing well. Biogen, Boeing. And the strongest index is actually... the Dow Jones. Amazing stuff. The Dow Jones. We have high hopes for all of these indices if they can hold up today. Let's do it, guys. Let's get a little bit of hype on. Oops. All right. Move that over. And we will get the intro up. Tomorrow, new intro is coming as well. New intro will be coming tomorrow. So it'll still be the same intro, but new memes, of course, new memes. Feeling good, guys. Max P says, what's going on with Baba? The 3-child policy seems to be having an effect. So China's opened up more babies. They say more babies, please. Whoa. Is that what's happening with AMC today, guys? Damn, look at you guys go. Mr. Buff08 says, oh God, how late am I? I just had my last exam. I'm going to have at Unio, so I'm pumped. I hope the market is. I think Mr. Buff is so crazy right now after that exam. He's so hyperactive. He doesn't know what he's saying. But yes, the market is green. It's okay, dude. It's all right, Mr. Buff08. Thank you for being a member of the community as well. So it's all green, all good here, except for the crypto markets, and they continue to flounder. We did the BTC, we did the Ethereum. Ultimately, all the other ones will go. I will say this, ADA has been incredibly strong. The literal opinion of the communities right now is that this coin is the God coin. I don't know why. Maybe people believe in it a lot more than I do. I think it's a good coin. I've always thought it was great because of the people behind it. But Ethereum is still boss to me, but that's just me. That's just me. A lot of people loving the ADA. It's really holding very strong, very strong. Let's have a look around some of our favorite stocks of interest. Number one, the Twitter. Flat. The Twitter has not filled our gap yet. We want 60. In fact, I want up to 62. What is this? 62, 60 area, maybe even 64. I'm actually going to wait for the Twitter because you know what? Jack Dorsey doesn't turn it around a day on this thing. And it has a tendency to do some bad failings. So I would love to see the Twitter actually pull back a little bit here and for it to bounce back off this zone and then come back up. I do think they might have a good earnings. So with all the little new things like the new Clubhouse style streaming service, not that I think it works properly and all that type of stuff, the Twitters is real. The Twitters is seeing growth in the revenue space. I'm using the Twitters. I don't even like the Twitters, but I'm using it because you know what? It's actually one of the best trading extra bits of information out there. If I had a 1-2 combo punch, I'd say YouTube and then Twitter. Would I use Facebook for trading? No. Would I use Snapchat for trading? I don't know what Snapchat is. Would I use TikTok? Hell no. No. TikTok is a joke for trading. It's just a bunch of people running around going crazy. That's what I think about it. They're going crazy. They do not know trading. I watched a few of them. My God. It was the biggest. You want to talk about people that could get sued? Wow. TikTok was wild. They were going crazy over there. Let's have a look at Net today. Flat. Nothing to see here. Square. Flat. Still good bounce. That closure out of the 210 was a very strong signal here for that. Airbnb, an interesting one. Guys, this thing is coming right back down after its breakout. Let's have a look at the weekly here. Put it in perspective. Nice, big, green, bullish closure here on Airbnb. Daily. Little bit of rejection. Little bit of rejection coming through. TikTok coin. What the hell is the TikTok coin? Is that some new fandangled business that they've put through? Please tell me there's no TikTok coin. So Airbnb coming back down to the 139. I actually think this is fairly strong. I've been watching it. Where's my... do have it somewhere here. There it is. Bring on the only research that we care about right now for Airbnb. It's certainly not their fundamentals. It's this literal simple search that we will refresh. Let's see if it's changed. Nope, not yet. So I want this to be 100. And ideally, I want Airbnb to be just kind of flatlining. So we need the Google Trends to powerhouse right now. So that's May 23rd to 29. We need this thing this week to go 100 flatline. I want it out of control, moon stratosphere movement of the Google Trends. And if it doesn't do it, well, we might have to reassess the situation because we really need it to do that. We really need to do that. What about Tilray today, Tom? Let's have a look at Tilray. So if you're talking about meme squeezing and making more money, Sundial's the thing. Why is Sundial the thing? Because realistically, the only one that's a meme is Sundial. So it moves a lot harder, a lot faster. And if you're going for the squeeze rather than the trade itself, then yes, it's going to be that. It's up 2.64 in the morning. You can see 1711. Big rejection again, similar to all the hyper stocks. They all rejected through here. Is it strong at this point? That's a terrible looking candle. But yeah, I mean, as long as this squeeze stuff continues, even if it fails in AMC and GME, I could see the marijuana stocks continuing to have bullish pressure in them. But Sundial is the pick, even though I hate to say it. And I don't want to put this thing on my charts anymore. But you can see the power of 8.67%. It's cheap. It's nasty. And it's the type of thing that last time round made a higher percentage. I mean, look at the squeeze. Look how crazy. I mean, people forget. This went to $4 last time round. It then did a capital offering, offered more shares, etc. So we had that accumulation down the bottom. You can see the big volume that came through. And in typical squeezy McSqueezes, you're seeing continuation of very strong volume buying. And this is actually the first, this is 1 to 3 days. That's more than any other one that's occurred. This is the biggest amount of squeeze that we've seen through any of these in quite some time. The most hated meme. I'm never investing in Sundial again. I got burned, said Mr. Buffo 8. Yeah, you got to understand. It's just like any squeeze. The burn is real, but the marijuana stock squeezes, you've got to be in and you've got to be the hell out. There is no diamond hands here, guys. No diamond anything. It is greedy apes gone mad. These apes have rabies. You ever been to like some of those countries sometimes and you see all the little like monkeys floating around and they come and steal your banana and you don't want those monkeys to touch you? That's what Sundial is. You don't want those monkeys to touch you. You got to be in and out. You got to see the beautiful scenery and you got to escape that monkey before it gives you rabies. All right. What are we up to on these super chats? Joe DXB super chatted AED $25. I've been holding Glencore Glen for a while. Oh yeah. Can you please have a look and give us your thoughts as I think I'm ready to exit, which you will make the correct decision on, I'm sure, Joe. Let's have a look at Glencore. I assume you want the LSE, Great Britain version. So 330, moving on up here. Metals, minerals. Yes, I see. You've done well. Now, we're in a super cycle on metals and minerals. Okay, every time I'm Australian, we have red dirt. We can see super booms. Because when super booms come in, it helps our economy and it always busts. So I do believe that there will be a bust in the minerals area. I just don't know exactly when. It'll happen this year. And it's already starting to occur in the iron ore field. So at this stage, you're going to have to say, how do I want to follow this chart? Do I want to follow this chart? By the way, thank you for the donation. Do I want to follow this chart based on technicals? Or am I just going to get out of it based on gut feel? So if you're thinking about technicals, you're probably going to draw some kind of high point, maybe use a weekly. Yep. And then maybe go for like a 350 or right around here. I see why you're saying it. 347. I feel like it's going to make a new high for you. It'll go somewhere around this 350 and it will start to struggle. What is your best versus worst case scenario here? That's another thing you want to think about. So best case scenario is probably about $400, 20%. Moderate case scenario, 6.45-ish%. Worst case scenario, let's do it, probably somewhere around here. So about 24%. So your best case versus worst case. Your worst case is now worse than your best case. And that's not even really the worst case. You know what I mean? That's not even really down. That's just back to where I expect heavy buying pressure to come back in for Glencore around the 250 zone. So we are in a heavy buy cycle here. This is actually doing a lot weaker than a lot of other minerals and metal kind of businesses. So at this stage, it looks bullish, and I don't think I'm feeling really terrible about it. But that's just because we're looking at the price action. I can see the 350 in front of it. After 350, I could see 400. If you want to keep following the trend, you follow it. You don't have a reason to get out. What's a reason to get out? It's going to be something like this. Peak, trough, lower peak, lower trough, significant time frame. I can't be any more precise than that, Joe, on this one. Watch the minerals sectors, okay? Watch them heavily. Watch this channel. We'll cover it later on this week. Cigar Gadhock, Singapore 698. Hey, Tom, we discussed a potential Microsoft double bottom a couple of days back. Has that setup failed? Let's have a look. Microsoft. Absolutely not. What makes you think that this fails? I think this is probably a little bit, thank you very much for the donation, but the way that the market's been moving, everyone expects instant gratification a little bit sometimes on a pattern to form. Now, I was getting flack when we were talking about that double bottom on gold because it wasn't going fast enough for people. Look, I'll wake the reality up. The market doesn't always go that fast. In fact, I expect boring market probably to begin somewhere in the next couple of months. We're going to have a boring market, guys. It's going to be boring. Maybe next kind of correction, maybe September, August, is going to be fun. We're going to have a big December possibly. And then next year, 2022, come round, get back ready to get the 5 and 7% and 10% per annum, because it's going to be specific stock picking and sector picking that you're going to have to do. It's not going to be this instant, bam, bam, Apple's up 100% in 3 months. Wow, I'm the best. It'll be trading, it'll be options, it'll be understanding little key levels. So when we think about this, Microsoft's currently still in an up. You've got the double bottom that you're talking about here. We've still got on the chart. It's pulling back to a 20 and a 50 exponential, which is still a very strong level for it to be buying off. You can see it's partially up here. But the problem with Microsoft, and it always has been, I still think this is going, could very easily go towards 260 here. If you think about it, it's been in an epic uptrend ever since Office 365. Look at the epic uptrend for a large corporation like this. But look how long it was a dog for. Wow. Look at that. Holy moly, that was bad. I remember looking at Microsoft thinking, why would you ever hold this stock all those years? Because it was so bad. Yeah, it was up and down, but it was painful thing to watch. It's like watching paint dry through those periods in the US stock market. So we've got very strong growth here, the second coming of Microsoft. We've got very strong weekly closes. We've got a bullish close last week. I don't see any reason why it can't continue up. And it's come back down to a very key level. So thanks for that one. If we get another crypto crash this week, this is from Valdo Rin, and ADA falls below $1, I'm swiping my card to oblivion. Interesting. Good luck. Alamban dollar 100. Yeah, I'm still holding my sundial. As soon as it comes close to $2, I'll sell. There we go. Poor Tom, he has had traumatic experience with the monkey. I don't like monkeys, guys. There's two things I don't like. 8 monkeys. No, not 8 monkeys. Monkeys with the rabies and snakes, guys. Snakes are scary. I grew up on a farm. We got a respect between me and the snake. I don't go near the snake's nest. It's near its eggs. And the snake doesn't chase me. All right? We're not going to have... In Australia, we've got a lot of dangerous snakes here, guys. Eric Kempton. Some people are scared by what is it, like arachnophobia, got like scared by spiders. I'll let a spider crawl on me. Huntsman, you can put it on my hand. I don't care. But when it comes to the snake, I'm not going near the snake, and I hope it doesn't come near me. Eric Kempton, 499. AG Silver Squeeze, baby. All right, Eric, let's do it. Nice. Yes. Now, this is a great example of where sometimes the market gets ahead of itself. So last squeeze, I remember this because I was going crazy about it on stream. I was so excited that morning. We hit $24 and I was like, goodbye, I'm out, because we were hitting 2011 highs when silver wasn't even close to 2011 highs. And that was just incredible to me. So we're back. AG's therefore been a lot weaker recently against silver. And you can see even here, 0.11%, because it's actually overpriced to the silver price. Now, if we consider where we're going to and where AG had been before, this was around the point where we hit $30 on silver. It was obviously an overprice. So next time we hit $30 on silver, we're only going to see like 20, maybe 21, something around there. And it is a very solid consolidation zone. It also has my favorite action, the sneaky coil. See the coiling? So when this breaks out, some people would call it the spring, whatever you want to call it. The spring, the coil, the snake. It's coming through, and then we can move towards 20 relatively quickly. So I think there'll be a strong participation phase here for AG Silver. Overall, you'll have to see it break. Will today be the day? Maybe. Silver currently up 1.19%, 28.30. Probably need a 28.60 plus to get it through. When will Tom show the drop bear on stream? Maybe we'll do it. I grew up down near an island, and that island has drop bears, guys. Maybe we'll do a zoo trip where we go to see the drop bear while we trade on our mobiles. Tilray up 52 cents pre-market, says NH. That's good. Tom, black gold is up, says Redder. Yeah, we love black gold to $75, $76, and then we're done. What about Macy's, says Vienna. That's fine. I don't care about Macy's. Maybe the New York rats that I've heard so much about, they're a little bit scary, but I'm not scared of the mice. I only just don't like snakes, guys. Does anyone like snakes? Do you guys, maybe you got like a snake pet. Anyone got a snake pet? Tell me if you have a snake pet. Alpha T, $2. Fortuna Silver Mines drop due to acquisition. Huh. Alpha T, Fortuna Silver Mines, FSM. Well, obviously, if there's news coming out, that's a big thing. But we've got support here. We've got support here. Movement up currently. It's a similar type of thing to what we're seeing on silver. Nice little double bottom. Good movement. I don't know what's happening with the news and pre-market's down slightly, but I mean, it looks okay. Again, a lot of these silver stocks, people misconstrued them. Sometimes they went too hot, and they certainly went too hot during that last squeeze event. I stepped on a snake once. It wasn't good. Josephine Van Schaik, super chat $5. Hey, Tom, could you have a quick look at how Doji is going? Thank you. No worries. Of course. Always can, Josephine. Thank you very much for the support of the channel, you and your brother. Doji Coin. You know, I haven't been watching. Has Elon been even talking about this? He's due, isn't he? Or is he in trouble? Has he gotten into trouble by talking about the crypto coins? I feel like he's in trouble. Did anyone see the BitConnect? People got stuffed. Oh, the YouTubers. You got to be careful out there, guys. Well, I guess they made some good money off that BitConnect stuff. It was ridiculous amounts of money. So the Doji definitely has no trend line on it. It's right around that point where you'd have to hope that you get the Doji buyers coming back in. I think this one is more important to look at BTC. So if you're looking at this, it just seems like a series of lower peaks or lower highs. Lower peaks, lower highs is not great. Let's go down to the 2 hour and have a look and see if we can draw it through. So we can draw the last two. We actually had a great trend line going on there. So we had that trend line going on there. This is a strongish kind of candle that occurred. So maybe Doji down here is actually strong. I don't believe this coin is a very good technical driver. In fact, I would never buy this coin based on pure technicals other than key psychological zones, support resistance, and crazy tweets and betting on crazy tweets, because that's really all you need. Doji devs don't really like Elon, says Claiborne Taylor. Oh man, if he'd be so cut up about that. I don't know much about this coin. I mean, all this stuff, it's fun, but for someone that's been around for 10 plus years and 12 years in this, for me, it's just like, kind of reminds me of 3D printing and marijuana back in, 16 or 15 or whenever it was. It's all this crazy hype, and you make some good money, but you got to be in there very early, and then you never really know where the top's going to be, etc., etc. So at this stage, that's what I'd be looking for. And of course, you've got your strong buying point around that 28 cents. Hopefully it pulls through and maybe Elon posts for you. That would be good, Josephine. Then we got Tarakiso Tonani super chatting $10, just donating it through. Thank you very much. Let's give some claps for Tarakiso. Thank you for, probably butchered your name, but I appreciate your support of the community. Then we've got Verified News, Dave, coming through with a $5. Check out US dollar futures for a higher low. Good to have you back on the donation, Verified News. Let's have a look here. Where's my higher low? What time do I have to look at? I don't want to see no higher low. Aren't we rejecting here? I want to see rejection right here, verified. So we got support, we got resistance. I would love to see further selling pressure. Let's have a look what time frame you might be looking at. 1 hour. A lot of rejections. You know, for bull market, for big bulls of the stock market today, you need this thing to short. All of these nasty wicks need to come through for you, and it continues to push down. There could be a trade here, though, verified. You know, you get a closure above here on a 1 hour, you're effectively taking out a lot of stop losses because you've got selling here. There's heaps of stop losses here. Look at this. It's like a 200 simple moving average, a 50 exponential moving average, a trend line, a support resistance. Imagine if you close above this. Boom. Day trade opportunity up. Why? Because there's just so many bearish reasons here. So if you close above that, you got to be prepared to just get your mindset in. Bang. And we're going to switch it. And we're going to go move towards the next one. So NVIDIA gets no love, says Voice of Reasoning. We'll check out NVIDIA. We'll check. I read Voice. I read your comment. It looked really sad. So you want to get some love on the NVIDIA. Look, we've analyzed NVIDIA. We had the build. Obviously, this 1 hour here, 20th of May, was the last time we really got excited about it with the double bottom in. Had earnings after that. Looked good. That's moved higher. This was a good setup, though, and I'd always take this type of setup. Closure out leads to big gains when it comes through lower highs. This is a 1 hour chart, by the way. And you can see we had it there already, so it's not like, you know, some madness. NVIDIA cracking new high is a big deal, which is what it's doing right now. I find it tough on the metrics for NVIDIA. You know, the crypto thing leads to a lot of sales. Obviously, there's a huge demand there. AMD starting to close some of the ground. When will the chip shortages really end here as well due to the demand? I think it's a great company if you want it for the robotics as well and all the tech. New high doesn't exactly excite me for investment, but yeah, that it is making a new high. This is the type of thing that excites me. Bang, 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 double bottom, bang, crash. Yeah, let's go. That excites me. This, meh. Futures up 250. Doge is the worst coin. Elon made a joke on it and his followers did not understand it was a joke. Well, yeah, but I mean, he should also know. I personally think he should know better. And he shouldn't allow, like, I don't want to really get into it. People will disagree with me. I just don't feel like he should play with people's money like that. But anyway, that's just my opinion. And we're not here to talk about the Elon side of things. Hopefully he goes back and creates some good cars. Let's have a quick look at Snowflake. I'll be watching this one pretty closely today, guys. 240 was closed against on the Friday session. You can see the resistances and how incredibly important they were. So since we closed above today, pre-market down a little bit, let's see if we can get a turnaround here and a lightning bolt up, because this is a strong move from Snowflake over the last couple of weeks. Very strong buying has come through. I'd like to see another kind of close high, and I think it could easily fill up to around a 275, 280 zone. So very key zone there. That's something I'm looking at. ARKG, continue to watch this one. You can see the trend line that I've drawn through. You can see the rejection that occurred. This is genomics. I'm a pretty big believer in this. Closure above here, very strong. For all of the biotech sector, I'll be looking at that very closely. And speaking in biotech sector, check this out. Do I have it? Yeah, I've probably got it here. Get rid of that. Check out the biotech tech sector here. Notice how, like a resistance, this is the whole sector. So if we draw a line across here, resistance, support, 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 effectively, this is, where are we? Go one year. Trough, peak, higher trough, higher peak potentially coming through. Biotech sector, a little bit underappreciated in the markets right now. I'm sniffing it out. I've got my favorite ones in Australia already. Let's see if it continues on. Big Dipper says shop. Look at shop, Tom. All right, we'll do Shopify. Shopify. Tyrone says, verified news, if US dollar index launches from here, I hear your higher low on the daily. There you go. Tyrone's doing some analysis in the room for you, verified. So he's checked out. Obviously, I can't read all your comments, so I'm assuming you responded to my one from before. Let's go to the daily here. All right. Ugh. Pretty hard to read, as we said last time. But at least we now have a clear level that we need to break to get more participation. So let's say we get some coiling in here. I'm going to go for a 1280 closure, actually leading to this being completely snapped off and continuation on. Why? Because if you think about this on the daily, we go back over the daily, you've got rejection candle, long leg doji, rejection candle. What is clearly here? Nasty sellers. There's nasty sellers here, guys. So if we clear that zone, that 1280 zone bullish, what is going to incur? I believe relatively strong buying. And in fact, that strong buying could lead us back into the promised land of 1500-ish on shop. It's a very strong level. It's clearly consolidating. I'm looking for a 1280 plus break. In fact, I might set an alert and we'll follow this on the channel. I'm going to add this right now. Shop. Add. Bring that out of speculatives. We'll pop it here. There we go, guys. It's been added. It's been added. All right. Well, it's that time of day again. We've got 8 minutes till the market opens. It looks like it's going to be all green, all good. We'll go over the indices again right now. Unfortunately, Bitcoin is getting pummeled a little bit. We've got our support in where we want to see if Bitcoin can hold. And if it can't, bleh, that's not looking good. This is the daily support. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. So we were talking about coming back to it, and I forgot to do it. We got the engulf that sent a shockwave through the next section here. About 23 minutes ago, we started to see further selling. New low being formed. So will we now move towards 34,000 or 35,000? Both are very much in play. It doesn't look super strong. If you're wondering where the reversal comes back in for buys, it's going to be right there. Because what you've done then is you've tested a new low, false broken out, come back here, and I would expect you to actually go powerhousing into the 38. Because effectively, that's like a full-on manipulation tactic. We'll talk about that on another day where we've got more time. Guys, vote right now. Of course, we're going to be doing AMC. Don't worry, we'll have it there. AMC's here. Maybe we need to vote on what you guys want to see during the day. Because I always just assume, and I think probably a lot of people want to look at this today. I probably should have done more on it. So we'll have AMC. That's a shoe-in for today's session open. I think also, do I want to watch? Probably watch the S&P on the open as well. So we'll go down to the 5-minute chart. And then you guys vote. Trilly Messiah says, coins are gone, stonks are in. PLTR, yep, we'll check that out. AMC's running, 32.37 is a very strong move. Tom doesn't like sports. That's why he doesn't cover DraftKings. I love sports, man. And I don't mind DraftKings. It's a very rude comment. It's all right. Let's have a look here. 49.47. Yeah, we did cover it. And we covered this closure. And we covered where we want it to fill to. And it's looking okay. Again, similar to all other hyper stonks. Nasty red candle on the daily, on the Friday session. I've got no real problem with this stock. I'm not sure where the metrics lie. Probably, look, I quite like the industry. Live betting, I know, is a big thing. I can only imagine the amount of money that you could make in sports gambling in America. You guys love fantasy sports. So if we could move to live gambling like you have here in Australia, where effectively you are betting every second, I explained it, it's a huge deal. The amount of money that these companies will make will be massive. So I don't mind it. And at this stage, we're in the middle of nowhere land. We're in between, where's good buying? Somewhere around here. Where's good selling? Somewhere around here. If it breaks through this area, of course, we get further participation and hopefully we go back to the 70 zone. Is it a great price for the stock right now? I have no idea on the metrics, and it all depends on which states are going to allow it. So we're 5 minutes off the open. Let's go back down. We'll do PLTR in just a few seconds. He is risen, says AMC, to $1,000. Kevin N says, Tom doesn't like sports. He called you fat, Tom. Oh, yeah. That's because I stream too much for you guys. That's what's happening. And we're locked down over here. And when you're locked down, you can't move. AMC and Tesla SPY. All right, we'll do Tesla. Oh, it's so boring though today. Baidu? Was that the same person asking for Baidu? I think so. NAS 100, Tesla, PLTR. All right, we'll watch PLTR as well. PLTR. Palantir. Yeah, we might open the fitness sweepstakes here actually, because once we're out of this nasty lockdown, I did a lot of streaming, I did a lot of videos, and believe me, I worked my ass off over the last 4 months. So it's time to get back in, guys. And if anyone else is feeling a little bit unhealthy, I'm definitely feeling not the best. You need to have the agile mind when you're trading. So I agree. Maybe we should do some kind of, experience through the stream. I'll be starting as soon as we get out of lockdown. I'm telling you that. Important to be agile and in shape if you can when trading. Everything is about mental state, realistically. All right, let's go down and have a look at the 5 minute here on Tesla. 5 minute, 620, 750. We've got PLTR 2330, up 1.53%. It still looks okay, but everything's just all these rejection candles. See how big a deal closing above all these rejection candles is going to be for the bullish pressure here on hyperstonks. It's going to be such a big deal, guys. Getting through this zone, such a big deal. Hopefully it can do so. JJ Crypto says, push-up challenge started today. Just finished 132 push-ups. That's a good challenge, man. I should do that. Keto, nah, not going to do those things. Like, I used to do intermittent fasting. It works really well. Intermittent fasting is godly, especially if you don't eat breakfast. Just skip breakfast, don't eat, bang. Easy. Intermittent fasting. Justin Stefan, it actually makes perfect sense too. When you think about it, why do we have to eat 3 meals a day or 4 meals a day or anything like that? Anyway, we won't get into fasting and all that other stuff. But I believe the intermittent one's the correct deal. Justin Stefan, US $5. BB, they're going to 15 this week. Oh, really? Damn, sir. 2 minutes off the open. We'll answer that in just a few seconds there, Justin. Let's have a look around the markets. We have 0.56 up on the US 100. US 30 up 1%. US 500 up 0.83%. Bitcoin getting slaughtered down here a little bit, but not heavily. 36.5. So it's actually picked up a little bit there. Let's quickly click on Bitcoin. Let's go to the 1 hour. Was that a big pickup there? Oh, it's a big pickup. So you know what? You just want to get above this, guys. Little low there. Let's get above here and we can go back to the 38. So everything is looking all right. Pre-market, what have we got moving the biggest? In the big stocks, Alibaba, Toyota, EPAM, Baidu. In the crazy stocks, we've got 16, what is that, 20%? 21% on AMC, big day. Blackberry, 11%. Justin, 11%, 11.2. You're saying $15. Sundial losing some steam, 104. All the money's going to the others. GameStop, they're all squeezing, guys. They're all squeezing. It's good. And here comes the opening bell. I'll play it right now for you because I think you're going to be up with it. There's the opening bell, guys. Congratulations on getting through to Tuesday market open. We open at 42.32 for the US 500. Very strong. We'll move over to SPX here so you can see the power of that big bull candle coming through. 0.9%, 0.62 on the Nasdaq, even stronger. Hyper stocks, are they up or down? A bit of a round. Oh, they're mostly up. Only Tesla is down. Tesla kind of looks like a sick puppy dog. That's a sick puppy dog. It's got drooping ears. It's really sad. It's really sad because it just hasn't had that powerhouse return like the rest of the market has. Maybe the market wants to see some real financials coming out here. 31.25 on AMC early. So it's opened up super strong, 19.6%, and then found some selling pressure. Remember, if we see selling pressure that continues on, possibly around this 27.80 could be the zone if we see some weak hands. You've also got this point, which is just around that $30, which is better probably down here. big move up on BTC as America comes alive. 37K now on BTC. Bit of a false break, possibly. Well, not false break, but false low through that point. Dollar index still finding resistance, 89.81. Silver 1.61%, way spanking gold basically in terms of percentage, 1.6%. US oil 2%. It's a good day, guys. It's a good day. Ronald Hall says time to get the pushy out. Johnny Bravo, I saw it too. Australia is being taken over by rats and mice. Well, we need to get more snakes out there, guys. More snakes. Beer diet works as well, says Massey. I'm pretty sure that is not true, Massey. That could be a lie. All right. Well, it's pretty good. ETH just shot up 3% in 3 minutes. Yeah, the whole crypto market just turned then. So we hit 37K. We'll see how BTC deals with it. Every single crypto just went boom, boom, boom. All the way back up, but it could turn like that. You know, we're in uncertain times here, very untechnical times. I mentioned that at the start. I'll mention it now. PLTR is pretty boring on the open, so let's move over to some of the other squeezes. Let's bring on GME here quickly as well. GME 230, only up 4%. AMC still holding 19.3. That's very strong. And SPCE down 6.34%. I feel like that's done its business. By hitting 35, if I like where the squeeze money should go is it will pump into these just based on pure sentiment rotation. There won't be strong apes here, or unlikely to be strong apes, unless they're just saying, hey, space is a code and we want to go to the moon, we want to go to space, we'll continue doing that. I don't see why this stock would continue past 35, but look, could be wrong here. Referencing gold, look at Leap Fizz did this morning. Let's have a look at Fizz. And then we'll go over Blackberry. 0.53%. Is that big? It's been going strong. It kind of just like following gold, really. 0.53% makes sense because we've had another day of trade that happened yesterday. Yeah, looks pretty normal. AMC coming down here, 29.83. So do we come back down to this 28-ish? Let's see. We'll watch that very, very shortly. Let's go to Blackberry because we got a donation here from Justin Steffen. Appreciate the donation, Justin. 11.07 for Blackberry. All right. Previous $12. Let's go to the daily. Where did it get to last time? So it went really high, didn't it? It went 28. It's not going to happen again. 15. 15. Oh, I'm not convinced of the 15, but I think 14 would be more likely. 15's in the middle of nowhere land. So the problem is if it get like around here is where it hit. Hit, sold off. Hit, sold off. Where are smooth brain paper hands going to take it? Right there. Right there. AMC just hit the first level. You can see 29.60. Little bit of buying. Still early days here, guys. We haven't even completed 5 minutes yet. 5 minute candle will close in a few seconds. Neo is balling right now. Neo is up 5.9%. That's very nice. Well, it does make sense. I mean, we saw the recovery come through this Neo stock a lot better than Tesla. It also got beaten down a lot harder. That's a great candle, guys. Shooting star followed by bullish closure. Oh, yeah. And today it's happening again. Hell yeah. Good work, Neo fans. Hopefully you can get back above 43 and then continue the rise of ascension. We've been I haven't covered it here on the channel, but we did cover that massive downtrend getting reversed on. I remember covering this with you guys and talking about how this looked like recovery. And it looked better than Tesla as well. Because while Tesla's been floundering, this thing hasn't. Maybe that's also the market saying, hey, Elon, come back to Tesla. Come on, man. What are you doing? VIX at 17. Yeah, VIX VIX rising slightly here. Volatility rising slightly. I don't think you can't expect though the VIX to always be low, guys. The volatility can rise both ways. Remember, if we have a very weak sideways market, it's called the fear index, but realistically it's not. It's not really moving. It doesn't have to just go down to create fear, to create volatility. It can go up and create volatility as well. Tesla now moving 1%, 631. We're still going towards our devil number. 666 is our goal. We can give ourselves a clap when that happens. AMC is finding weakness. So pretty much the early market looks fairly strong. I think US 100 will be something we're watching very heavily around the 1375 for tomorrow's video. We'll be looking at that for the close. It's a great day to be in the markets here. If you've already been positioning, you've been positioning long now for the last 2 weeks since we've been talking about it. It's been pretty good. I haven't had any problems with it. I think the market's been going very, very nicely. We've got Fubo up 3.2, TDOC. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. Yes, very good, TDOC. Very good. Come, let's take this out. Let's get rid of these nasty short sellers over here. Let's get a closure above. You know, I'll be very happy if this occurs because I think that together as a community, we've really analyzed the hell out of this one recently. We analyzed that level. We analyzed this level. We were very solid on the fact that we thought the bullishness was coming back in. And you're starting to get rewarded here across the board. I mean, look at that. 7.66%. It's not a joke. In like 3 days, that's like crypto moves. And they call it hyper stocks for nothing. Let's have a quick also look around at JD. I'm going to add JD. This is, 3.22. JD's coming back on. We're going back on with JD. Let's bring that over. That's going to go on speculation. So I don't quite trust it. So speculation. These are going to get purples. Purple speculations. Tesla on the rocket ship. 1%, not quite the rocket ship. 20%, big rocket ship for the day. Across the board, though, looks really, really great. Only these ones are down. As I said, Twitter, I could see it turning around here, a little bit negative. SE, another very strong day, 2.66%. If you're watching Clim, you should be happy. Apple, boring as. Airbnb, looking great. TDOC, amazing. Anything else looks good. Let's have a quick look at the price changer percentage. AMC 14% now, Sundial 10, Blackberry 10. Go to the big stocks. Is Baidu holding? No. Alibaba 3.47. Oh, Baidu's coming up 3.4. Teladoc number 3 of the day. Very nice. Very nice. Ulrich Nielsen, DKK $20. Can you take a look at what happened to RHT? Relic Health Technologies. When you say what happened, nothing bad, man. Bullish. Trend line been taken out. Retested it. Buying. Little dodginess here. I'm not sure if this is meant to be trading though. I assume it's this one that you're looking at. What's this? No. I don't know. It looks okay. Maybe there's some earnings report that's come out and there's dodginess in the earnings report. Unfortunately, Ulrich, I can't tell you because what I see is just this. I don't see anything else. All right, guys. Well, as usual, we've come kind of to the end of the stream. We usually go through to the market open and then kind of leave it for the American guys to keep going. Everything looks strong. Everything looks good in the indices. We'll come back at you tomorrow with a big daily recap, as we always do. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button. For AMC holders, I could still see weakness here into the 2784. That was a very exuberant bullish move early. But look at this US 100. Yeah. Woo. Go tech. Get up there. 1.3% Tesla. Look, it's a green. It's green, boys and girls. Finally, all of the beautiful stocks are green and not red like they always are. I know you're in a lot of these. I know you are, because this is a very popular retail spread, these kind of ones. So I'm great to see them going green. It's a great Tuesday morning here. Let's hope it holds up, and we'll come at you tomorrow with more precious market information. Remember, guys, get into the Discord community. And also, if you want to buy our course, it's on a crazy special, guys. Crazy special. Use code HODL. I will copy it in here. Look at this. Look at this fancy crapper that we made. Look at that. Beautiful. Yes, that is actually our office. Isn't it beautiful? It's got little plants. Got to have plants in your trading office. So if you're interested in finding out more about our course, we've revamped it all. We've put it together. And of course, use code HODL in the checkout. It will help you out. I'll pop it in the room if anyone's interested in it. And if you're not, that's okay as well. Have a great day. And we will see you tomorrow for another live stream. We'll see you in the Discord community. And yeah, I hope you all have a excellent session. Bye for now. Also, you seem to have left me with 666 likes. So can someone please like it before I can go? I don't want to be left with the devil number. All right, I'm just going to check this out. 668. Thank you very much, whoever did that. Appreciate that one. Get rid of the 666. Only Tesla goes to 666. Bye, everybody. Thank you also, Chris. Chris says, I love the course. Go and get it. Appreciate it, man. Ulrich, it's earnings day, man. So you saw that earnings. So Ulrich says, Tom, you said nothing happened to RHT, but when I look at the live chart, it says negative 20%. I must just have data that's not accurate at this stage. So yeah, it's earnings day. So I'd say the earnings does not look good. Check that one out. Sarah Jane says it's on 7:33 now. Thank you, everybody. All right. Enjoy AMC squeezes. Good luck. I hope you have a very good session. And